Can you believe the patch notes are here? We have got a lot of information to go through today, and when I say that, I'm not joking. This is a lot of information. Typically, I only ever go through all the Warzone details. However, today we're going to be touching on multiplayer as well as zombies because I've been playing the hell out of those. We've got ranked to talk about. The biggest thing, I've still, of course, been grinding the hell out of the game. I'm up to the 5th prestige, and I have not spent a single one of my unlock tokens yet. That's because I knew we were going to be getting Warzone, and this is where I'm going to want to spend my tokens. A lot of people have made fun of me for not doing it. What are you doing? Not spending your tokens, whatever. You get to level up faster. But as you'll see, there is a lot to unlock here. Even just briefly touching on before we get into everything today, you can see the perks in the game go all the way up to level 44 if you want to have like alertness, tempered, bird's eye, ghost. So all of these are going to be potential picks that I take.
Happy birthday, Stone.
But there's also, of course, going to be kill streaks that you are going to want to get. So, for example, napalm is only going to be... actually, some of these are immediately accessible, but like morphine
Stone
injector...
Teamwork. Stone salute.
Shooting while downed could be insane. If you want to get a napalm strike, you're going to need to... I saw the level for that somewhere here. Combat axe throwing. Anyways, I want to go through each of these individually and see what my thoughts are. Because I've read through it, so I know it like kind of, but I haven't really thought about it all. And what am I going to potentially want to spend some of my unlocks on? How is this going to matter for the game? Of course, we've got details on Big Map. And it's being reverted back to the old school Big Map that we got when Urzikstan first came out. I got some thoughts on. So we'll go through in the order of all of this. I've set about an hour and a half aside to touch on it. Before we get into some zombies, I'm going to be playing through that with a couple of my buddies, one of which has never done the Easter egg before, so we're going to see how that works. First, though, let me welcome everybody to the stream. Welcome! Season 1, this is what's coming November 14th. We've seen a more packed season than ever, pretty much ever before. I mean, there's a couple standouts, but this is a lot in terms of the weapons, multiplayer, getting multiple maps. Of course, some of them are strike maps as well, but a lot. New score streak, perk, yada, yada, yada. Of course, new map for Warzone. This is what we're... Typically, I only ever touch on Warzone, but because I've been playing so much, I've played through all of the zombies, did the Easter eggs, did the 30-minute sub run solo on Liberty Falls, did the Terminus Easter egg solo. I've kept up with that. I do have some thoughts on it. We will hopefully keep up with it more than I did Modern Warfare Zombies. I played through all of that. I want to at least do a big deep dive on this one and really like get an idea of what I'm thinking about this. I'm not going to read the entire thing because I've already read it, but I want to at least touch on, I guess, some things more high level. So here's the new maps that are coming, some shots of it. We even did a little fly through of the new Avalon map in one of the previous streams and tried to see if any of these were on that map. Not that I saw, but we saw some similar assets like the helicopter pad on it and some of like the ATC building that most likely looks like reused assets over or will be assets over on the Avalon new Warzone map likely to come next year, potentially part of Zombies. We'll see what it is. Hacienda, this also may be a spot out in the northeast side of Avalon as well, but looks very cool, man. I think personally, I've talked about this quite a bit in the past, they just need to add more maps to the game. The more options that we're going to have, even if they're bring back maps, like, I think it is just a win. This was a map from the campaign. Looks very cool. I really liked this mission on the campaign down in, like, the vaults. At least it has a lot of aesthetics that are similar to it. Looks really cool. This skin caught my eye. I didn't see anything else on the packs that are coming to this game, but this has got to be one of the craziest skins that we've seen so far. You know, from the bundles that they've done. Now, granted, like that default Mind's Eye knife that they have in the game, and I thought it was an XM4. Oh, this is a pretty sick Nuketown one that I got. They did have some crazy ones with the anime. Oh, it was the shotgun. That's what it was. This thing. They do have some pretty crazy ones, but like this is even the full-on. Looks like the optic is all on fire and everything. This part of the black cell, it might be. The winter map looks very cool for Nuketown. And this is where I'm hoping they have a killer season planned, especially for Warzone. I mean, this is my hope. But they've already dropped some new LTMs in multiplayer that I've been really enjoying. Partially, right? Stakeout 24/7, this was not hardcore, so it really wasn't great for the camo grind. However, it was good for like melee or snipers if you were doing any of that. So it did have its place. I saw a lot of people complaining about this, them adding it. But, I think it does have its place if you're doing the camo grind. And then Nuketown 24/7 is nice. 10v10 mosh pit's actually been really fun. I haven't tried Infected. Did do some gun game, and that was okay. But they're usually really good at supporting multiplayer, as we'll see with some of the new modes that they're also adding. Ransack is going to be a mode where you got to loot gold, 6v6. It actually reminds me, you guys remember Battlefield Hardline? They had a mode that was just like this back in the day. Yeah, you would go in and you would get cash and bring it back to your vault, and you can go get money stolen from your vault. They just straight up their blood money. Yeah, I think that's what it was called. So they're basically taking the Battlefield Hardline mode. Hardline was great. Listen, that was one of my favorite games. I know a lot of people hated that. Still, I built one of my biggest communities on that game back in the day. Daily videos or pumping content on it. The mode sounds cool. There's even some other multiplayer, like I haven't even played Control and a couple other things yet. Prop Hunt, all-time classic, coming back as well. Basically hide and seek. You can do a couple distractions and other things for it. I think that is, it's not one that I think you necessarily need on launch of the game, but cool to have once it's out. Good time to release it. They're also adding this new slot 2 perk strategist, Shadow, which I'm probably never going to use. If it's unlocked early on, doesn't say what level it's unlocked or if it's always unlocked, that could be helpful just for the sake of getting your strategist perk up so you can have all 3 of those for the, strategist extra XP if you're trying to farm for that. As well as Shrapnel is a slot 3 recon. They did say they're going to be nerfing slot recon in general in Season 1. They didn't have any notes for it here, but I'm sure they'll have more on the patch notes, which we may be able to read on Wednesday when we get to it. But this makes it so if you deal any blast damage, so if you have traps around the map, it'll ping them on the radar. I think this is a pretty bad one as well. A lot of times, if you're just spawning and chuck some Semtexes, whatever, if you get a hit marker from that far away, they're not going to be on your TAC map unless you have forward intel. Potentially, this stacks well with forward intel, though, because that's a slot 2. So this could be a nice slot 3 to take as an alternate to Cold-Blooded. Which, actually, I don't even use Cold-Blooded. I use the one that tells you when you're on Vigilance. However, I don't really even find a great use out of Vigilance because you just know that you're being shown. So maybe it would be actually not too bad of a one. Also, remove Ninja from Search and Destroy. No, that's the entire game of Search and Destroy in this one, man. Listen, I played in some pro lobbies last week. It is completely based on that. They need to just fix Ninja so that when you use it, you can you don't need to click it twice to enable it. They also added a new score streak. This is very cool. A hand cannon, which is an old school. Was it in Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4? They had the pistol, the hand cannon, basically the same thing. That would just. It must have been Black Ops 4 because I remember there was an Easter egg on Blackout where you can get that hand cannon in Battle Royale in Blackout. That was super cool. Loving all the content, man. Hey, appreciate you tuning in. Whoever thought Recon was a good idea needs a swift kick in the nuts. Listen, I think Recon's actually a great choice. It's just for the regular game, not for hardcore where people are doing camera
I
grinds.
hope all is well.
Juan, what up?
I'll
Thank you for the 3 months.
I'll be loading up BO6 this week for the first time.
Good luck.
What's the fastest way to level up weapons?
Weapons are based off of kills, so don't worry about the objective. Do some TDM, whatever. Get some kills. That's what's going to do it for you. Anyways, this score streak, once you get it, finite amount of ammo and time for it. But this should theoretically be a one-shot kill. Crazy accuracy. They actually had something like this in X Defiant, too. That this should be pretty fun, especially for only a 900 score. That's pretty good. It could be like an alternate to Napalm or something like that that keeps you as well playing the objective a bit more. I guess in an alternate way. It depends on the mode, right? High Roller as well. This is a mid-season new wild card that they're going to be adding that lets you have 4 score streaks. I kind of like this, but it's going to be one that I probably wouldn't do until I'm already Master Prestige, because this would be perfect for UAV, counter UAV, harp into a Dreadnought. You know, that takes you the whole way for free, man. That would be really good. I think that would be well worth it over Dispatcher. or something like that, or taking bankroll or whatever if you're trying to fourth perk greed on, or forget the greed, forget the extra weapon attachments, just taking an extra kill streak could be really fun for like a dominant gameplay. I don't think it's super good for like farm. I mean, maybe actually could be good for farming XP. I don't know what other one you would do though. If you got UAV, counter UAV, harp, another good one to farm XP, maybe like a SAM turret or something. Could be good, although I still think greed bankroll just so you can get more of them would probably be better for how fast you die. Where are you reading this at? It's just on their website. This has been out for about a week. I'm just going through the deep dive of it now, starting with multiplayer. Black Ops 6 ranked play, though. So in Season 1, this is not going to be immediate Season 1 on November 14th. This is going to be on the 21st. They're going to be adding ranked play to the game for multiplayer. There's going to be ranked multiplayer, and there's going to be ranked Warzone as well. Warzone big map. I'll touch on that in a minute. Okay, we'll get to Warzone in a second. We're starting with the multiplayer. Wendell, also, thank you for the 200 and the birthday wishes, man. This will be full patch notes as well, closer
Inspiring
to release.
VG, happy birthday.
We haven't got any update on that yet. I'll keep you guys updated when we get the patch notes as well. Overview and features. I don't want to get into all of the details for ranked. I actually have only played to bronze in the previous seasons in Modern Warfare 3. I played a bit of it, found it super annoying, and stopped playing it. Okay? But they actually are doing some cool updates. First of all, you're going to have 50 games won in multiplayer in order to play ranked in multiplayer. It's no longer based on you have to get a certain level. I guess maybe it's too easy to boost accounts or to, fake ways up there. Regardless, you have to get 50 wins. And if you already got wins, you can instantly play this as well. If you already have the wins, it'll count what you already have. You don't need to get 50 new wins. They're also completely getting rid of the level up process through ranked. It is now only going to be skill rating. This is the only way that you can get a level in it. Okay? The 1 to 50 rank and skill division system seen in previous versions of the rank has been combined. So you earn skill rating, and you progress through the ranks, bronze, silver, gold, etc. The progressive rank and victory stars system seen in previous systems has been removed. Of course, this does mean if you lose games, your skill rating will make you lose that rank as well. It's no longer you could just grind ranked and get a certain level, and then even if you're, you got to actually be good to progress through it, but there's some things to make it a little bit easier. One of those being there's a new feature for 3 maps that you can choose, as well as the modes. It presents it to both the teams, and you get a veto the system. If both of the teams choose the same thing to veto, it'll randomly select the other two. I think that's fine. If you're okay with it, then, it's going to be random anyways. Who really cares? But at least you can get rid of one of them. Both teams could get rid of both of them if you want. Really nice as well as there's a forfeit if your team's getting steamrolled. You don't have to just back out, lose whatever, or sit there and wait for the entire thing. But it does require all teammates to vote yes to pass that forfeit. So if you got some toxic teammates, they may just lock you into the game and not vote to end it just to piss you off. So that's a thing. Personally, I hate this. One of the reasons I hate playing with randoms in ranked and why I don't play ranked at all is because typically you have to play with randoms. Umthar, thank you for the 4 months. Also leveling up the flag. Appreciate you. Good news is, though, you can do full parties even if you are different ranks. It will take you all to the same rank, though. So if you're playing with a couple of your bronze buddies and you're already at gold, you guys can all play together, but it's going to instantly put you in gold lobbies. Keep that in mind. Can't wait for ranked. It's going to be good. What even is ranked? It's basically just a way to play the game where every game actually matters. So you'll get skill points off of it that will make you go up in rating, or you'll lose points and you'll go down in rating. So it's a way to actually categorically say that you're a good player versus you see people go in and just bunch of bot lobbies and it's like their VPN, whatever they do, get into these lobbies that players don't even know what the hell's going on. It's not really a great way to tell if somebody's a good player or not. I mean, I do it all the time just because that's more fun for me than playing ranked. I'm not trying to be the best player, but this is the way to be the best player, right?
Stone teamwork.
You play against
love,
people that are actually
Stone
good.
Teamwork. Stone love. Stone teamwork.
Billy Bongs, 3 months. Morning CO, he said. Umthar with the 4 months, as well as Sasuke Nakun with the 3 months. Appreciate you, dude. So it's kind of like Overwatch. Yeah, a lot of games, Valorant, Counter-Strike, all of these games have rank systems. This game has it as well for multiplayer. It's been in the game for a long time, but I know a lot of you guys don't play multiplayer or haven't paid attention even to the game in a long time. A lot of you guys might be new to it from years ago, so welcome if you are. So anyways, that's a good way. You can climb through the ranks. If you get all the way up to Iridescent, there's also a top 250. I'll touch on that right now, as a matter of fact. Quickly, though, there's also a loss forgiveness. So the first game of the day, you won't actually, if you lose it, you won't drop your skill rating down, which is kind of nice. So they make some things a little bit more friendly if you just want to hop in and play. These are the skins that you get for going through the ranks. And what's actually crazy about it is there is a top 250 skin, but there's also a number 1 skin. If you get to the number 1 ranked player, this is the ultimate show-off right here. It just does not get any more pinnacle.
4 months back on Twitch.
Jet,
Love,
4 months in.
Stone
We're climbing,
Love.
baby. Thank you, dude. I miss it as their resurgence ranked. We haven't got to Warzone ranked quite yet. This is the multiplayer ranked. So there's ranked skins. There's a bunch of challenges and other rewards you can get. If you push all the way to the top, obviously, you're going to go crazy. These look really cool, though. This looks insane. Yeah, there's another skin like this for Warzone as well. It's pretty cool. Now, we don't have too much details on zombies, but let's get into that next. Billy Bong's also dropping a 5 gifted subscriptions. You're insane, dude. Show him some love. Thank you so much. Top skin is dope, too. Yeah, it's got a cool hood on it. Awesome. Next up, we have is Zombies. Season 1, this is the content tease that they are giving us. We don't know too much on it yet, but this, keep in mind, is going to be a mid-season. That's why we don't have all of the details yet. Director's Mode and the hand cannon will be coming with the Season 1 launch. Director's Mode, for those of you guys who don't know, also massive PSA. If you haven't realized this yet for whatever reason, this is your last 3 days to get the Liberty Falls and Terminus Easter egg done. If you want to join in on our Discord server, we do often have people looking for games with each other within the channels on there. I highly recommend hop on over, go down. There's always people that are playing. If you want to try and get a team together, you can go into the Black Ops 6 Zombies lobby, ask there for it if you're interested. But this is your last week to get this Easter egg done, and you will get a special challenge calling card for it. If you want to see what that looks like.
Can't wait for the return of Verdansk and the new Zombies map.
Oh, yeah, I got this kill chain one over the weekend, too. Looks pretty sick. Let me go to my showcase. Progression. Profile, maybe? Here we go. So this is the Liberty Falls special one. You can see it's got this icon in slightly different colors. Same with Terminus. It's got this special icon in slightly different colors. You can see it says early. There's also this Liberated calling card. This is for completing the Liberty Falls Easter egg in sub 30 minutes. This is a very difficult challenge. I uploaded the video on that if you want to check it out. Highly recommend it. Nonetheless, those are going away in 3 days. Now, if you want to just play it, this is the benefit. For all the people that aren't going to do that, that don't care about the calling card, whatever, congrats, you've been patient enough that you can now complete it without having to worry about any of it. So the Director's Mode will essentially walk you through the Easter egg. You cannot do anything else within that Director's Mode. Any other Easter eggs, things like that, should theoretically, at least that was what they said in the past, was going to be disabled. This is purely to do the campaign, the main mission. This should still let you fight the boss, for example, on Terminus, that giant octopus. You will be able to get the Maya skin. All the other rewards will be there if you can complete it, but it's then going to be more accessible to everybody, which is sweet. USM also, thank you for the 3 months, man. Can't wait for Verdansk. Me neither, man. I got a lot to say on all the Warzone stuff. Okay.
Teamwork make a dream work.
So that'll walk you. So yeah, right here it says, note all side quests, SAM trials are disabled in the Director's Mode to ensure players can focus solely on the narrative. This is not going to be a mode to go grind in. This is going to be a mode if you want to just experience, get the rewards without having to deal with, a difficult path. It's essentially the easy mode, or trying to follow a guide for it all. Jay Buzen Dientout. Also, welcome to the squad. Brand new member over on Facebook. Welcome to the squad. Okay. Undead Terror is coming to Avalon. The Citadel des Morts. I don't know how to even say that. What is that, French? Anyways, there's a new castle map that is coming. This apparently has some deep vibes of previous Zombies maps as well. Nonetheless, we are going to be getting quite a bit new with, again, the mid-season. This is going to be for early season. This is for the mid-season. We're going to get an extra Perca-Cola. They're not telling us what it is, but you will be able to get it on the other maps too for Liberty Falls and Terminus. It's going to have 6 new augments for it, which, of course, these are like the different ways you can alter the perks, which are super cool, by the way. I've been loving them. I've got most of them done at this point, and most of the final ones you get are the best, as you would imagine. PhD Slider is nuts, probably the best. Jug as well. Jug's final perk is insane. Maybe it's Mule Kick, potentially. There's already a glitch in the game to get 3 weapons. Anyways, there's also an additional field upgrade that's coming, and a new ammo mod. Again, both of those are also going to have 6 augments, so in total it's 18 new augments across all of those that you can grind and level up. 3 new flavors of Gobblegum will be coming. The hand cannon, which is going to be in multiplayer, will also be in Zombies. That one actually, yeah, I don't know. I really haven't used many of the kill streaks or score streak stuff. I just mostly try to level my weapons when I'm in there.
Best streamer out there.
Ryan, you're too kind, man. Thank you for the 3 months, though. Freaking appreciate you, man. Also, new Wonder Weapons, they just put yes. And from some of the other Zombies guys that I've been watching, and the dives that they've done into all the details for this, whatever, it looks like there's going to be like an upgraded ray gun. There's like 2 or 3 Wonder Weapons that are coming, which we've also seen multiple in Modern Warfare Zombies.
Good morning,
Ones
Stony,
you can
and
launch
all
in
my
the air.
favorite bots. It's definitely a Monday.
Mind control zombies, switch them into humans. Like there's a lot of crazy Wonder Weapons. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, it's going to be more of the ones that are already in Modern Warfare Zombies because they already have those in the game. But we'll see what they actually do with it. Ryan, also Jim taking up the top spot on the day. Appreciate the $5, my good sir. Thank you. There's also going to be a new enemy type coming, which sounds great. Hopefully not as annoying as the albatrosses or whatever the F those animatrons, the things on Terminus. I never know how to say those things. Anyways, that's the extent of what we know for Zombies right now. Hopefully they keep a good pace on this after the launch of this map. This has been the main thing that they've been teasing is new map in 2024 is coming before the new game. I think there's going to be some ties with Avalon as well. I'm not sure if that's going to be specifically only for Warzone, the more that I've looked into this, especially because at the end of the Easter egg for Terminus, you hear in the cutscene, they mention Avalon on that, and they show a screenshot of that map. So it leads me to think that we are going to be going there, unless they're purely teasing the Warzone side of it there, and the next game might be specifically for Black Ops 7 or whatever the heck is going to come next year. They could just be teeing up for that too. So I don't want to get ahead of myself on it. Jay Bazended also dropping a gifted. Thank you, man. Let's get into the upgrades then. No, we did that. Let's get into the Warzone then. Okay, folks. So this is the big juicer right here. Everybody has been up in arms about Warzone. There's a lot of people that are pissed. There's a lot of people that are really concerned. There's a lot of people that haven't even gone and played Black Ops 6 yet. They have specifically only been waiting for Warzone to come out and experience this game. So they haven't done any of the grind, nothing yet. And you're going to have to, find out for the first time with this. Let's just go into it one by one, okay? We're going to be getting a user interface update. They say this every single time, and most of the times it's been pretty bad. This is a chance for a bigger overhaul. The way that they've changed even these systems is at least nicer. I think some of this between core and hardcore is a little convoluted, but, it is what it is. For the most part, I think this has been a nice change. My biggest gripe is like going into the firing range is a little bit weird now with the buttons you have to push. I've gotten used to it for the most part. And I think because we're going to have to manage it all in the COD HQ, whatever, I just hope they make it easy to find what you actually need to get into. Please. Okay? Resurgence mode, this is the big thing, Area 99. I've showed this probably 10 million times already. I feel like you guys are probably bored of me going through all of this information at this point. But if you want to see more, I did a full video showing the 2 leaked maps of Avalon, which I've been talking about, as well as Area 99, doing a full tour of that. It's going to be out soon enough. If you want to see actual gameplay of Area 99, I also have that in my videos tab here. You can go watch full gameplay on it. I have an hour of gameplay highlighted down for you from the experience at COD Next playing that map. This is the map that's going to be coming, though. They have, obviously, the overview and some screenshots of it all. Looks very cool. I do think it looks a bit brighter than what it was when I had played it. It's got a little bit more pop, especially if you look at the like housing areas. But it's definitely like a rusted-out brown area. If anything, you're going to want to go into your filters in the game, even on your PC if you have it, and up the vibrance there if you really want it to pop a little bit more. But like, this is the biggest area that I've seen the color improvements on. We need more Warzone maps. I feel the same way. Yeah, we'll talk about that with Verdansk as well. Is there going to be a difference between Warzone Ranked and Black Ops Ranked? There is. Yeah, Black Ops 6 is not part of Warzone. They're entirely different games. Black Ops 6 you have to buy. This game is completely free. So the good thing is we are going to be dropping in. This is a Resurgence map as well. They're not going to be making this a Battle Royale. We saw that, for example, when Vondel came out. That was a Battle Royale, not a Resurgence. They kind of teetered it on both sides. But that map was much bigger. Area 99 is a much smaller map. This is smaller than Rebirth Island. Okay? This is a small one.
Joe Rosas, also Tier 2, locking it, brand new Mountaineer Sergeant. Welcome to the squad.
It definitely has more color since COD Next, though. Definitely. And I think it's going to be compounded, like I said, if you can tweak your vibrance, which there are filters in-game, even if you're on console, that you can tweak those things for. I actually haven't done mine yet. Maybe I should. Maybe we'll do that later, even. But it looks cool. I think having any new content is a win. And they're also keeping the other map as well. They're going to keep Rebirth, which we'll get into. But the other map they're keeping is a big map, Urzikstan. So accompanying these in Season 1, there's 2 massive maps returning, integrated with the Black Ops 6 full system. So it's going to have full omnidirectional gameplay. The weapons from Black Ops 6 are going to be carrying over, so if you've already leveled them in Black Ops 6, you'll have them here. If you didn't buy that game, you're just going to play for free. You're going to go through and level those up now. You're going to get the operators from there. The beauty is, as well, this is going to be merged with the previous 2 games. So you're still going to have all of your operators, all of your weapons from Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 are going to be in this iteration of Warzone. It's all integrating into one. Your double XP should be there. No, get rid of the big map. You're still going to have both of the options for it. And all of that old stuff. So, like, it's still not going to be in Black Ops 6. They're still keeping it separate. But it will be in Warzone. Hopefully I explained that okay. So, with Urzikstan, this is the big complaint that people are having. They're bringing back this map, which we saw launch when Warzone 3 came out, Modern Warfare 3's version of Warzone, which changed the game a lot in terms of mobility and movement, which they're reverting a lot of that back on as well. With all of the integrations for the new weapons, operators, of course, the omnidirectional movement, they had to go back to an old version of the map. That means that we are not going to have the new pop-off power plant, the bunkers that they added to the game with the key cards that you need to find to open the bunkers, and the redeploys that send you all over the map, plus Superstore, which was added up on the north side of the map. All of those 3 changes, which are the main and really the only 3 changes that they did for the entirety of the year of this game, which has been a big disappointment to myself. You guys have heard me complain about this a lot. I'm a big map enthusiast, and they've been focused on Resurgence for pretty much all of it. They still are. Area 99 is the main focus. They're getting more competition on the Resurgence front, too, with Fortnite. Apex Legends both have their own Resurgence modes. Like, this is where everybody's focusing, is on just nonstop bashing your head against the wall respawns. Well, we're getting even less content with the launch of this because they're going back to the original Black Ops 6 Urzikstan map. So we're going to have even less content. Now, I think you guys chat, you even tell me, how many of you guys never even played Urzikstan? I think there's been a lot of people that picked up this game from Black Ops 6 that didn't even try MW2, probably didn't even try MW3, that are coming back for Black Ops. I could be wrong about that. But I do think there are a lot of people that hadn't
Cheer
experienced
200.
it.
Happy Veterans Day to all those who have served.
Hey, serious.
Hua?
Thank you for the 200. Ooh! Big love. Yeah, happy Veterans Day. 100%, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Mad love. I enjoyed the big map. I played it twice. It's too big. Never even played it. I think I played 3 games of big map since the Superstore opened. Yes, Superstore is a super minor update. It's a minor store. It's just wait a second. It's just not a great update in general. Like it's cool, but we need one of those updates come in every single like mid-season update. Alter this map, make it a little bit more fun for us. These are just very, very poor updates, I think, over the years. However, the bunkers, I think, was my favorite of all of them. Pop-Off was kind of cool as well. Nothing, like, super crazy. But I think the bunkers actually really altered the way that the game played in a really good way. Einstein, appreciate you, man. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. So, with that being said, I don't know if this is going to be the biggest problem in the world that they're putting essentially the same map already there. Right? I think a lot of people, I feel like at least it's a bit blown out of the water of the outrage for, you know, hey, well, I want the pop-off power of the bunkers in the Superstore. It's such a minor update, dude. These things are, this is not the point to complain on, okay? If anything, it's that we're just still on Urzikstan as a whole. I think this is, yeah, it's sad, but this is just such a minor point. To me, it's just, imagine we had a big map right now as well, and we had an entirely new big map. That's what I care more about. And if we had Verdansk too, sure. Like, by all means, I like the idea of going back to Verdansk, having that back, especially if they do a really good revamp on it, add a lot of cool new secrets and stuff to it, give us some stuff to explore. But I've also played the F out of that already so much. There's a lot of people who probably never played it, though. And, if any of you guys never got into Warzone back in the original Warzone 1 era, I feel for you guys. I feel for you. It was a golden era, okay? You might be able to get some of that when it comes into this and, like, we get that integration. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. But I still, as, like, a long-term player, I still want more content on it. Like, give me Avalon. That looks so sick. If you didn't see my fly-through of that again, so good. I want more big new maps like that. Los Alamos, I thought would have been a cool one too. The one from Modern Warfare 3, the big map, the like Mexico map, I thought that could have been like something they expanded out on and just to keep dumping cool content on us would be so much fun. Nonetheless, I do think there is a win here in the fact that we are going to have to learn a lot. I'm going to touch on this in a second, but all of the new perks, the way they're changing the progression for the game as well, you're not going to want to go experience new stuff when you're grinding. Like, you're going to want to level up. You got so much stuff to unlock in the game now for everybody. You're going to all have to go unlock this now because your level's getting reset. You're all going to have to go through and unlock this again. Okay? You're not going to want to go through new content. Like, you're going to want the stuff. So I think it's going to be beneficial to have the time to go through something that we already know. Whenever I make updates to my builds, my loadouts, J Moles, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate the subbage, dude. Whenever I go through my own loadouts, I like to change one thing at a time so I kind of know what the impact of that change is. What do you mean your level's getting reset? I'm a prestige master? Then you're built different, my guy. You're fine. If you've already been grinding Black Ops 6, I'm more talking to the people who have not played Black Ops 6 at all, who are max level on current Warzone. Anyways, you're going to have a lot to level on this. You're going to have a lot to do. I like to change one thing at a time so I can kind of tell the impact of that. And because we're going to have to learn all of the perks, everything on this game from scratch, and I say that, I think a lot of people who don't play the game would laugh because it's the same exact game, whatever. But if you play this game as much as I do, you know that if you add new weapons to the game, you got to grind all those weapons, level them up, as well as figure out what new perks do. There is still an adjustment period there, learning the new metas, what is good, what is bad. We've gone through this enough times to know that it does give you a new experience with the game. So, we'll touch on those updates, but that's what's coming with the big map. Rebirth Island is still going to be here. I think this is one of the biggest wins for this. I honestly thought, and you guys, I mean, I talked about this, I really thought they were going to remove Rebirth. Now, I will say, if you read this here, the prison map continues to be in the playlist rotation. This is not going to be something that is permanently there. It's not going to have its own playlist. Okay? With focus on resurgence modes now added to the chaos and omnidirectional movement and everything. That's going to be very cool, though, being able to have all of the integrations on there. Obviously, this isn't going to be part of more intel. Keep the deep dive with a Resurgence Island guide here. Okay, this is just the overview of the map. They're just bringing old content up. Nothing new there. Yeah, if they remove Rebirth, there's going to be so much backlash. They just... my guess is it's still not going to be there at launch. I'm guessing... It does say launch window. So maybe it will be. I don't know how they're going to keep it in rotation, though, because they do have... so here's all the modes and features for it, right? Battle Royale, they're keeping it 120 player. When it first came out, this Urzikstan map was only 100 player. Now it's 120. Also, B. Colson, Tier 1 is a Mountaineer, subscribed in. Thank you so much for the subbage.
Welcome to the squad.
120 players. They upped it to about halfway through the year. This ruined the loot pools, but it does increase the player count. When Warzone 1 came out, if you guys remember, that was 150 players on Verdansk. That's what I'm curious if they're going to go back up to 150 on Verdansk when they bring that back out later next year. My guess is they're saving that increase in player count for when Verdansk comes back, because there is a very vocal amount of very high-skill players that are dying for 150 players. They don't like 120. They need more players, more people to kill and farm all the bots, all you guys. Similar to the experience that you're playing from Modern Warfare 3. Yeah. They don't specify what sizes they're going to have here, though. You're here to triumph over enemies and finish as the sole survivor or squad. So this may only be solos and quads, which is what I think they have right now in the game as well. You can't play duos and trios. That would be an L if they don't bring this back. And actually, I don't think they will. They would specify it right here if they were going to do that. They say you could either win as sole survivor or squad. This is going to be solos or squads. They're just not saying it explicitly. But the lack of them clarifying it like they do right here with Resurgence, look at this. Resurgence for Area 99 and Rebirth at launch. So I guess these two will be in rotation with each other. Will be solos, duos, trios, and quads. Maybe all modes will be rotation between the two for Resurgence. This is at least a win, but clearly they're still focusing on this. My guess is that trios will be exclusively for ranked, which we'll get to in a second as well. This is at least a nice win, I do think. Familiar mode to many. You're here to survive and deploy. Drop in the fray of both Rebirth Island and the brand new Area 99. Yeah, I think this might be the best Resurgence season they've done, because we're going to have actually a new map. All the previous ones, Vondel's integration, Ashika Island, obviously they got rid of that. Fortune's Keep was a revamp. Still kind of new, but honestly, it was still very old. We knew all the Easter eggs on that already as well for the most part. They added, anyways, it's I think having Area 99 is going to be very cool. I think it's going to be a nice addition to the game, while still having Rebirth is very good. Good to do. Plunder is going to be here as well, and I am so worried about this. This is my biggest concern, because they are adding a brand new progression system to the game. You are now going to have the ability to grind for mastery weapons within Warzone. So just like you guys have been doing the grind on multiplayer or zombies, Warzone has its own. In the past, you would play Warzone and you would get the multiplayer camos. You would get gold camos from multiplayer in Warzone. That is completely separate. If you want to get any of the multiplayer stuff, you actually have to go buy and play multiplayer now. Warzone has its completely own separate progression for weapons that most likely will require us to all hop into Plunder to grind. And Plunder is not designed well for you to just go kill each other. It's all right, okay? But compared to Purgatory, which we had during the Halloween event, that was a mode to grind in. it was so much better because people actually were like, it was designed to fight each other. Plunder is designed around going around and looting a bunch of cash and doing contracts. And nobody does that for the most part, especially if you're going to try and grind weapons. There's no shot you're going to be going around trying to loot unless they make it so that it's XP based, which that would balance things out actually tremendously for Plunder. That would be better if it's not headshot based for camos. This mode, though, if you've never played Plunder, you go around, you do contract. It's like playing Warzone, but you can respawn and you get your loadouts the whole time. So it's really good for leveling up weapons or anything because you can just spawn. You spawn with the weapons that you want. Old Town, yeah, there was a couple good spots to grind out Plunder. It wasn't the worst, but a lot of times you get in bad lobbies where you have to fly around and find people. It was just a lot slower to get kills. I think that's more of bad game design and how to progress some of these things than anything, but or progression design. I don't even know what to call it. But I have a lot. I can rant on that forever. We don't need to deal with that. Call of Duty Warzone ranked mid-season. Okay, so this has been the big question. What do people think about ranked for Warzone? First of all, these skins look sick. This is the number 1 skin. The fact they even have a number 1. If you are rank 1 at the end of the season, you get this skin, and this is the ultimate flex. I really hope that a hacker doesn't get this. You know what I mean? Crazy. The new season is going to be out November 14th, but this says ranked play is going to be mid-season. Okay? Ranked play makes a triumphant return to the big map. For the last year, it has been on Resurgence, and that has had its own trials and tribulations. I think they've now learned, though, what makes good ranked for big map and what makes good ranked for Resurgence, since they've now done both of them. From what I've seen from ranked players as a whole, the people who grind all of it, they are more excited for big map ranked than they are small map. I don't know what you guys have seen. Multiplayer and Warzone are completely separate. Yeah, they're totally separate. I love Plunder. I think for the casual, it's going to be fantastic. And for the grind, I'm hoping it's not too bad. So wait, the gun leveling is specific to Warzone. So no, multiplayer does carry over for Warzone. It's the same weapons. So all of that should be the exact same. Do you think Activision learns everything every year? Well, sometimes, but they can't always apply what they've learned. I feel like the fact that they're going back to Urzikstan original map is more of a limitation than it is something that they're intentionally doing. I think if they could have had another new map ready for it, they would have done that, but they didn't. Ranked play big map, I don't even need it. Big map ranked is a vibe. Yeah, so maybe some people are split on it. I think the bigger problem is that when they cater to these different audiences, people then fall in love with the game of what they play. Multiplayer has its own ranked. That's going to be out on the 21st, a week or so after the launch of the new season. This is going to be more mid-season. And they've built an audience for the last year on Rebirth Ranked. Rebirth Ranked was fire. Yeah, I think a lot of people just started playing that because they came back for Rebirth, whatever. And they fell in love with Ranked Rebirth. That is the thing that they play the most. They don't even touch big map. So big map might be a big problem for them now. And this is the problem with them jumping around with the audiences that they're catering to. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know what you think. If you were a Resurgence player or Resurgence ranked player, what you think of this when it comes out as well. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. And even what you're thinking going into it, I guess. Anyways. Outmaneuvering, outlasting the opposition, and earn exclusive ranked play rewards as you go. Expect further intel on this mode with the Season 1 Reload blog in early December. I think this is also for the best. I know a lot of people probably want ranked right away, but there's going to be a learning curve with all of the new things, as well as you're going to want to actually level up, right? If you don't have all of the stuff unlocked, or if you try to prestige in Warzone and you're you just do a brand new prestige and you hop in a ranked, you're screwed. Or if you haven't played Black Ops 6, you guys are going to have the chance over the first season up until Season 1 Reload to get to max level, so you have everything unlocked for your ranked play to go and grind for. No duos and trios big map is going to be terrible. That's what I understood it as. What up, Slater? The way that I was reading it, I don't think they're going to be there for it. They're still keeping it solos and quads. Because they would have said if it was going to be there. I don't know if you saw it anywhere else. They didn't specifically say there's not going to be trios and duos and trios, but they don't say that there's going to be it. And that omittance of that information tells me it's not going to be there, because they would hype it up if it was going to be there. Whereas this, it is going to be there. So they're going to save any of the trio play. If you want to play trios, it's going to be for ranked, which is still not even going to be till the midseason. So yeah, that's gonna kind of suck for it. I'm probably gonna have to play a lot of solos, or we're gonna have to get some squads together. If you want to play some games, man, we're gonna get some squads. Nonetheless, I don't know if I'm gonna even play ranked. I'm not sure. I have never grinded ranked. I would refuse to play this with random people, but my buddies never want to play it. So I don't know. Maybe we got to see if a team would want to play. Maybe it's going to be similar to what multiplayer is as well. In multiplayer, you don't have to be the same rank to play. But I also am not that great, so because I don't play ranked, so I have to learn how to play it. I have to grind it a bit to learn the play style for it. Hopefully, you don't have to do all the stupid tapping and everything for the assists and all that stuff. For like downed players and everything. Whatever. Down duos and trios is way more chill. It is. The squad sweats are nuts. Anyways, there it is. Expect further intel on that mode for ranked in December, mid-season update. I will read through it, and I will consider it. All right, I'll leave it at that. I will consider doing some ranked. Usually, for those of you guys who haven't seen me, I'm more of a nuke grinder. Not even a nuke grinder, but I do a nuke each season.
Inspiring VG, are they going to bring the Riot Shield back?
No mention on that. No mention on the Riot Shield. Oh, well, there's going to be the Riot Shield from MW2 and MW3, though, so... There's not going to be a new Black Ops 6 one, but you will be able to use those ones. Those shouldn't go away. Thank you for the 200, man. That should still be part of the game, I believe. Yeah. That is a good point. I didn't even think of that. Ranked mode is more fun to watch, for sure. It adds another layer, but also the way that you play there is different. I usually just enjoy trying a bunch of different weapons and guns. You can't really do that as much in ranked, though. You're usually locked in on using pretty meta stuff. It's the only way to do it. And it's the same thing every single time, which can be fun too.
For the best streamer there is.
Hey,
You're the man, Stone.
Locking it 3 months. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the continued sub drawn to the channel. Any other thoughts with ranked before we move on to the next thing? Remember the OP Cali sticks? I mean, there might be some broken metas into it as well. For the most part, though, ranked is treated differently. Like snipers can't one-shot in there. I think shields are banned in there. I don't know. There's different rules for ranked typically, so I would expect all of that to still hold true for this
Will
as well.
Specialist be gone?
Ronnie, Specialist is still in the game, believe it or not. That was not there. As a matter of fact, we said we're going back to OG Urzikstan. You know, there is a bit of concern for me to have that, like to the same extent that I think going back to just basics for this and then slowly introducing things is the better way to do it, so you can kind of see how the perks feel. What do they all even do in the first place? However, I do really like Specialist. I just hope that it's a really rare thing. I think it should be very rare. That would be better for me. Specialist being existent along lootable perks is sad. It's going to be so crazy. It's going to be so crazy because you don't even get the base perks in this game anymore. This is just on their website. This is the blog post. This is from last week, so this is kind of old news. But I wanted to deep dive this one as well. Usually I do read through all of these. This is the first time I'm covering multiplayer and zombies as well, though. Although I did cover Modern Warfare Zombies when that first came out. I played through all Modern Warfare Zombies, so it was pretty fun. Bring me to DMZ too. Yeah, we played through all of DMZ as well. I usually play the entirety of the game, which makes it a little more fun. Bro, I mean, they had such good updates. Listen, I'm going to go on a whole tangent if we get into this.
I miss the Nakatomi Plaza drops.
Ronnie, thank you for the 2. I don't want to go on a whole separate tangent here, but dude, yes. I mean, the Urzikstan updates that we got compared to what we got at Warzone, it's just... I can't get it. But just a touch. You know, like they added the red doors to the game and like Cold War got integrated and we got a huge improvement to Verdansk. This one, instead of getting additions to Urzikstan, we're literally just going backwards on it. We're not getting any. It's just the map was like completely overhauled. It was just, oh boy, you know. I can go on a rant. We don't need to do that right now though. Okay. Expect further intel on this mode coming into dude. It was so good. And not can tell me the red doors. It was a cool addition, but also the whole map. Do you remember they completely changed the dam? The stadium got blown open. That whole area was opened up. Like it was just like. They added the whole subway system. They added the subway underneath the dam. that you could go to for the Easter egg. New Easter eggs even being put into the game. 1984 all over again. Yeah. No, but it's not even because it's just resetting. It's just resetting. New cinematics as well. I think this is I'm a bit indifferent on this. Infill, exfil, gulag, winner circle. I thought that the system they had in the game was kind of cool for what it was. The biggest thing, which would be massive W if they did it, is bring back the end game voice comms. I don't think they will because even in Black Ops 6, they got rid of all the voice comms. Bro, how are they added proximity chat to the game, right? So we've got a W off proximity chat. Back in Warzone 2, they added that. So fun, so cool, great dynamics. They even had like a teaming up feature or whatever for it. But then they pulled everything away. Even in Search and Destroy, you're dead. When you were dead, you used to be able to talk to the other team. That was what I did all my trolling videos back on the day, even before like my YOLO series and all that stuff. I was doing Call of Duty Search and Destroy trolling, and you could talk to the other team, and like you can't even talk, even between rounds, you can't even talk to them anymore. Nonetheless, it would be cool. Like at the end of Warzone games, if you remember, you could talk to the lobby and the person that you 1v1 or whatever you were going up against at the end. If they stayed in at the end, you could talk to them. That would be cooler to me than even the winner circle. Hear everybody's reaction. They do let you hear it if it's a nuke. If a nuke goes off, you can hear everybody talking in game. That's fun. Anyways, that's just a little gripe, but I think probably more impactful than this. It's kind of cool, though, I guess. Maybe it'll be cool. The new map, new methods for infill around the operators, the areas of operate. Hopefully it's just not Graves talking to us anymore. I'm sick of Graves and that stupid voice line. Expect brand new cinematic sequences, including times when you enter the gulag on the big map. That's kind of cool. If there was different animations for it and stuff, kind of cool. I think is the best thing I can say about it. More comprehensive winner's circle at the end of the victory match, showcasing similar information and the emotive prowess. There's a couple good glitches for that right now that I've been doing. That's been fun. Anyways, this ties in as well more with what else is going to be added, which I don't even know if is here on this blog post, but you're going to be able to emote in the game now. So you're even going to be able to do third-person emotes in Warzone. A little concerning for sure because you're going to be able to third-person peek now in a first-person game. It's going to add more reason to buy packs. They're going to probably add more sprays to the game. Emotes. They were all third-person emotes. I think it'd be cool if they also had first-person emotes like Blackout. Well, back in Warzone 1, they had first-person emotes. So you would do you pull a vial out and smash it. There was one, I think that was like a cigar or something. I don't know. There was a bunch of different. Yeah. There was a bunch of really cool ones back in Warzone 1. They got rid of all of them. My guess is that when the next Call of Duty comes out, they'll still have all of these third-person emotes and this stuff, and then they'll add in the first-person ones as well. They might reset everything, too. I don't know. I'm a bit concerned for next year. Maybe it becomes Blackout 2 and we lose everything again like Warzone 2. Mike Tuttle also with the 200.
Celestial Stars, good afternoon, Stone. Hope all is well, brother.
You could also
appreciate all the good content and intel.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. You could also spray people in the gulag back then. Yeah. Now the sprays are in the game. I never use the sprays. Everything gets reset whenever you prestige anyway, so all my stuff keeps getting reset in the game. But I never use the sprays in the game, so I'm kind of I think it might be more fun in this mode. You kill somebody, go teabag them, spray their body, and whatever. Could be fun. Spray them in the gulag again. Could be fun. We're going to be doing zombies. We're going to do the zombies Easter egg with Spark today. He's never done the Easter egg, so we're going to walk him through how to do it, and that should be pretty fun. We'll do that in a bit, and then we'll do some more level grinding and everything. Love spraying guys bright red in the gulag. Yeah. And spraying your teammates too. That was pretty fun too. It's just like it's little things like that you lose them and then you're like, what the F is even going on? We had so much in that first game. It's crazy how much they took away from us. It's crazy how much they changed the game in Warzone 2 and just like, oh my goodness. But that's the thing, is like we've been adding everything back from Modern Warfare 3. That's why I was hoping with Big Map coming out this time around, this would be the big adding point for the game. And it's starting to get there. They're just doing it a little bit. It's going to take a full year for them to do it. We went backwards for sure. But now we're getting, we're getting more stuff here. Obviously, the map's going back a little bit. Not that big of a deal to what I said. But then we get another new big map. And then if they pop off another new big map next year, like we could be going into a crazy another year here. Maybe not even fully this year, but going into the next Call of Duty next year. I'm just hoping that they're cooking for some more Warzone, and it seems like they're getting set up and learning along the way. It does seem like it. Maybe I'm crazy, but being as deep in as I am seeing I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Loadout overview with a dedicated melee weapon. So, loadouts are going to be integrated from Black Ops 6 into Warzone. All of these are coming in. This is going to be the third game that's being combined here. Okay? Last year, we got a full combination. All of the weapons from Modern Warfare 2 were complete garbage, and Modern Warfare 3 were good weapons. That's just how it was.
Teamwork make a dream work.
All of them were bad. Tommy Boy, thank you so much for the sub. It's also brand new. Welcome in. Okay? This year is quite a bit different. We're still getting the integration of all of the weapons from Black Ops 6, so we're going to expand the library rather than replacing it. But the entire way that the perk system is changing. I guess they changed all the perks last year as well. They made it so you just had built-in faster mobility, faster mantling, faster reload while sprinting, all of the things that are now being broken off into individual perks. But this year, they're also adding a dedicated melee slot. They're splitting up the permanent overkill perk, which makes it so you could bring in 2 primary weapons. So if you wanted to bring in an AR and a sniper in one loadout class, you could. No problem in the last version of the game, in Warzone 3, when Modern Warfare 3 came out last year. Now they're separating that and putting in a new system called wildcards. This is where things are going to get a little convoluted, but I guess maybe don't even worry about last year in the comparison so much. Just focus on this year and what's new. It's like Black Ops 6. You're going to have one weapon, a pistol, a knife. This could also be a launcher, a secondary weapon with a tactical or lethal, 3 different perks, and a wild card. They're not all the same wild cards as they are in Black Ops 6, and all of the perks are different in Warzone versus in Black Ops 6. Okay, that's the highest level of the perks and the summary of this that I can
Teamwork
give you.
make a dream work.
Okay,
James Wesley, also brand new member of the Mountaineers. Welcome to the squad.
170 weapons. Yup. So here is the weapon categories. You can see they've changed this. Much better layout. I do think this is going to be much better than the stupid scrolling system they had before where you couldn't even see all the weapons in one thing. So bad. It's even in the tabs up here at the top, though. If you want to see Black Ops 6, MW2, MW3 weapons, just off the bat, this already looks better to me. So maybe they are holding up to the new UI, UX system being better. We're going to sell the primary weapon, as I mentioned, the secondary weapon for pistols, launchers, melees. Now, if you want to access your melee slot, you hold down the melee weapon. Little W for the mouse and key players. You can individually bind this. I've already been practicing with my key binds on this, and I will have a full settings and key binds video that I will release after the launch of this game, so make sure you're subscribed for that. But you can have an individual bind for it. Highly recommend that. You can then pull that out, and you run full sprint speed, unlimited tactical sprint with the melee weapon. So it actually is going to be good.
That guy ex-Jedi, also welcome to the squad, brand new Mountaineer.
One other little tip that I've learned here from some of these deep dive crazy people on YouTube who do all this research is that you actually do get a speed increase for sliding in this game. So old school Warzone sliding to move around is beneficial if you are not tactical sprinting. So if you're just doing base movement speed is faster with sliding than tactical sprinting. Now, it's still going to be faster to pull your knife out and just tactical sprint everywhere, but otherwise, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Firing range is in the game. This is a pretty bad firing range, but maybe they'll make it more. They're probably not going to make it more than what it was. Yeah, it's just this. It's an improvement on what it was, but mainly just because there's more enemies to shoot, more bots, so you don't have to wait around as much for them to pop back up, and it's a further range, which is still only 100 meters. They say there's moving targets. but it's like that one guy sliding. It's all right. It could use a lot of work. It's at least nice. I'll give them the biggest benefit on it is that you can use it between games flawlessly. That is a huge win. Okay. Global weapons builds are also coming. This is an alternate to having, you know how we had different classes that you like save blueprints for different guns. You got to keep adding new blueprints and completely customize it. This is just going to be like slot 1 within the XM4 is this gun. Slot 2, slot 3. So if you change it slot 1 on this loadout, if you go down to loadout 3 and you also are using the slot 1 version of the XM4, it will change that one too automatically. So you don't need to keep copying blueprints all over the place. It's just always the same. If you're using slot 1 XM4, it will be the same across it. Now, this system is incredibly bugged even in Black Ops 6, the version of the game that you have to buy. So it's probably still going to be trashing this one too. It's not going to work off launch. I can almost guarantee it. If it works, I am going to be astounded because it doesn't even work in the current system of the game. That being said, it would be great if they made some improvements on this to let us like customize the names of these things. The blueprints don't work at all. If you take a blueprint gun and you try and tweak it, broken. You try and change something in game, broken. So look forward to that. Streamline Gunsmith as well. That's kind of all the same thing there. You can still see details for the guns. It's about what you would expect. So if you go into these and you hit 2, you can see the detailed breakdown of all of these. You guys know I go through this quite a bit for at least the details that I find relevant. I'll move my face over here so you guys can see it if you haven't seen this before. Yeah, you could see all the details and the ways that it tweaks, how much damage it does, damage fall off, everything. It's pretty much all the details that you would expect if you guys were deep divers into weapons like myself. And we'll go through some of that with time to kill charts and everything as those details come out. Streamline Gunsmith, weapons separation. So we saw that with the different tabs. There's about 170 weapons in the game. So there's a lot. 177 total weapons. They're still going to have all the stuff from MW2, MW3, and that's including the conversion kits, and more conversion kits are coming. It's a crazy amount of stuff. My guess is that all the MW2 and MW3 stuff is going to be total garbage. This is how it pretty much goes every year. So don't even worry about these if you are playing the old game. The only question mark that I still have with these old ones is there's a perk in the wild card section called... I forget what it's called, but it gives you 3 extra attachments that you can put on your weapon, right? If you could do that for the MW2 and the MW3 weapons, there could be some light in the tunnel for these ones. Gunfighter perk, thank you. Yeah, if you put the gunfighter perk on, you can get extra attachments onto the old weapons. Could be interesting. This is different, though. A lot of people are saying, no, Stone, this is the same thing that they did back in the old game, if you remember, but it's not, because back then you could get 10 attachments on those guns, but that was just the default for those guns when Vanguard came out. Those were the default. 10 attachments was just how it was. There was no perk to put extra attachments on. If you do Gunfighter, I don't know if it's going to let you put extra attachments on the old weapons too of MW2, MW3. I would imagine it does. But that being said, just because you put extra attachments on it doesn't mean it's going to be better. There was some guns that had 10 attachments on it that were still complete ass in the last game, because it's not about attachments on the gun. If the base gun is crap, if the base gun's no good and you put on a bunch of attachments to it and it's still bad, it doesn't matter. You need to actually have like a good gun. The attachments don't do everything. But the attachments on this game are massively powerful. And the other game, they have so many negatives alongside all the attachments that a lot of times it's not even worth it to put them on. Right? You get a sniper that's got 8 attachments on it, like they do the stupid redacted cat sniper in MW3. It's so bad because it has too many attachments on. All the attachments make it worse because it slows down the ADS so much. So anyways, that's just a couple points there for all of the weapons. Now, the tacticals that are coming to the game. This is interesting because there's shock charges in both of the games. This is, I mean, I don't even know what to make of this. The decoys are pretty good in Black Ops 6 because they're kind of hard to hit and they do give you extra XP. So basically when you throw those out, people will try and shoot them because they're trying to get extra XP. And so they actually are a pretty good decoy because they're kind of hard to hit. And so then you get shot in the head. People will try and shoot it and you shoot them in the head while they're shooting the decoy. Like it actually becomes a pretty good system right? I don't know if that's going to happen in Warzone, if people are actually going to shoot a decoy. But the way that the dots pop up on the map also look like real players. Whereas decoys in Modern Warfare 3 don't actually work properly. They look, you could tell they're a decoy from the TAC map. So you instantly know to completely ignore them. Decoys don't give XP. They changed that already. Decoys don't give XP to the person who throws them, but they give XP to the person who shoots them. Does that make sense? You throw decoys. Yeah, everybody who's throwing decoys, I always laugh at them because they're giving me free XP. Especially if you're using strategist. If you shoot the decoy with a strategist, if you shoot shock charges, any of that stuff, you get an extra 50 XP as well. So you get, and it gives you score streak. So you can get your kill streaks faster as well. Most people don't really worry about it because they're playing like the mode that they're just trying to get headshots for anyway, so they don't really care about it. But I play the actual game. I don't play for the camos. I don't have any camos. So anyways, Neurogas is the other one that they're adding. This is a field upgrade on the game. I'm kind of excited for this one because it's like a gas that makes you hallucinate and can cover a pretty big area. It seemed pretty good. It's like an annoyance, but if it's just a tactical that you can throw down, that's why it's exciting. As a field upgrade, it's way too much. I wouldn't do that. But if you're just got it as like you pick it up on the side and you could toss it down to cover an angle, it's kind of like what a shock charge does in the new one. If this is the new shock charge, by the way, this could be insane. Because this lets you throw down on a doorway and cover a doorway. It will stay there until somebody runs into it and sets it off. That's kind of sick. So I've used this a lot. In fact, when I hit level 55, this is how, because you know how everybody's slide canceling their ass off like a you know, they're trying to play for the CDL. You throw this on a doorway and they slide through that doorway and then they're shocked and then you just kill them when you're sitting prone on a corner. So this is a really good, this slows the game down dramatically. And so if these are in Warzone, you throw a couple of these around, this is going to slow the game down a lot. Same thing with Neurogas is going to slow these people that are sliding around everywhere. The spy camera is also being added. This thing is so underrated. It is crazy. This lets you, it's like, you guys remember in Al Mazrah how they had the binoculars that let you see through walls? Or no, not see through walls. Well, kind of if you tag the person, but you could use the thermals and see through smokes and everything. This is like that, but way faster and way better. You pull it up, even if you just snap it for a half of a second, it will immediately scan anybody in your line of sight and give you wall hacks for you and your whole team. Crazy good, okay? And you can also just sit with it out, and as soon as you spot somebody, it'll automatically put it away and pull your gun up so you could then shoot them right away. I think this might be actually fun. I don't know if it's actually going to be good, but the other thing is they're probably going to be switching over to the smokes. I would imagine they're going to be switching the smokes over to the way the new smokes work, which are way worse, so we may also see less of them. There's also not going to be infinite smokes where people have their bags, because we haven't talked about the bags yet, but there's no longer bags with tons of smokes everywhere. This is going to help counter smokes, first of all, okay, if people are using smokes. But I think the entire meta of the game is about to shift back to what it was more in the olden days before it was just sitting in smokes all day long. We're about to see some drastic changes. So now the levels that these are unlocked at, this is going to be important. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are just going to be getting to level 55 and staying, well, no, probably most people will be prestiging. But this is why I've saved all of my tokens. I have 5 tokens right now to spend on prestige tokens to spend on these. So while I prestige and go through all of the ranks, I'll be able to keep some of the high tier stuff. So if Neurogas looks insane, this is level 48 unlock. You are not at 48 very long. Once you get to 48 and you're getting ready to prestige, whatever, that's not a long time. Same thing with shock charges, not a long time. These will be easy. Smoke grenades at level 17, but even at the beginning of the game, we're not going to see smokes. When people are prestiging, it's going to take 17 levels for them to get smokes unlocked again. This is going to be a big like this is going to slow down the way the game is played by having prestiges in the game while people are prestiging and trying to figure out what's the next. They got to get all the way up to level 17 before they can do smoke grenades. Snapshot grenades are level 11. We'll probably see more of those, but 42 for shock charges, 48 for neurogas. Stim shots are going to be 30. People do think that stims are going to be the meta, especially for the resurgence mode. Yeah, stims are going to be a level 30 unlock, dude. That is quite high. All right, especially, I mean, we don't know how long it's going to take to level up in Warzone. I would imagine it's going to be slower than multiplayer as it usually is. But, I mean, I don't know, dude. That's kind of crazy. Spy cameras, we'll probably see a lot of these. So if anybody does have smokes, like I was saying, we're going to see these already out. Prox alarms, I don't feel like are going to be super great, especially for how aggressive a lot of people play. I don't see that being super good, but this is kind of crazy to me. I think the stim shots being level 30 is quite high. This will probably be the one that most people spend
Stone
their token on
teamwork,
first.
Stone love, Fort 1, Stone
Appreciate you,
salute.
brother. We'll get to that in a second. I don't know why my thing just skipped down to that. Okay, so that is the tacticals. Lethals then, these are kind of crazy, man. So we are going to have impact nades, which are different than stickies and frags. They'll just immediately explode. We don't have the damage of them. Thermobaric are a little similar to the other thermo nade we have. Molotovs, drill charges we've seen. Combat axe is new. They're still throwing knives and combat axes, which are cool. Spring traps are going to be in the game. This is the new, like, Betties. Bouncing Betties / the new Claymores, the blast trap, which I think blast traps are way better than Claymores because you don't see the laser and stuff. And you can't really dodge it. Once you hear that noise, you got to get away from it if you can fast enough. So anyways, frags are going to be immediately available. Spring mines are going to be immediately available. So we're probably going to see a lot of those Claymores around, or the bouncing Betties, which it does seem like in this time around, if you go prone or you slide, it does actually counter spring mines. From what I've been able to tell in multiplayer, it does counter it finally. Because I go prone in Warzone to a bouncing Betty, does not work. I still, whatever those things are called, though, I still get hit every time by those, even if I'm prone. Master, thank you for the 4 months, man. Massively appreciate you. So sticky nades are going to be 9. I'm probably not going to spend on that. Impacts, if they're good, I might spend on. I might buy a token for. Thermo nades, we'll see if those are good. These were best for sky nades in Warzone 3. Molotov cocktails are 32, which, if you know right now, thermites are the meta. Right now, in Warzone 3, thermites are the absolute meta, and guess what? They're not even in the game. Thermites are gone. So, maybe Molotovs will finally have their day to shine. They've seemed to be cycling. Before it was like Semtexes were meta, then it was frags, then it's the thermites. Maybe it'll finally be time for Molotovs to be the meta. C4 is going to be a very low level unlock. C4s were a meta for a long time too, but that was mostly because of vehicles as well. Drill charges are level 50. I doubt that's going to be meta. I doubt it. Blast traps could be. I don't think blast traps are going to be super crazy either. These are probably going to be very strong, though. These will probably be very annoying. Combat axe, though, is a level 53 unlock. That is right before you prestige at level 55. So, yeah, I don't know if that's going to be... A lot of times the combat axe is more of like the meme one. The guys who are like the memers will do combat axe or throwing knives and melee only and whatever. I am curious about how the kill streaks are going to work, though. So... what is interesting is you actually need to get to a level to use the kill streaks. I think if you find it on the ground, you'll still be able to use it, but this is for the buy station. So let's read this. In the iteration of Warzone, expect field upgrades and kill streaks, known as score streaks in Black Ops 6 multiplayer, to be available in-match at either a buy station or as part of the ground loot. The following can be confirmed for Season 1. So it doesn't say that you can, like, it says there's a level requirement for it, right? Trophy system level 12. That's for field upgrade. You can go in with whatever field upgrades, but I guess the score streaks, these, I'm assuming this is when you can buy it from a buy station. UAV innovate a score streak from Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Ooh, okay, we'll get to that in a second. So we have immediately at launch for the field upgrades, Muni boxes, heartbeat sensor is still in the game, deployable cover, portable radar, that's the one that you throw on the ground and it gives you like that close proximity UAV. These ones are really good. Deployable buy stations are still in the game as well. Decontamination stations, those you throw into the zone and it's like a bubble that keeps you safe. Trophy systems are going to be a level 12 unlock, which is very interesting to me. I guess my highlight doesn't always work here. I guess maybe it's this thing that's not working for. Yeah, it doesn't work for that. It seems to be not tied to it. Nonetheless, trophy systems you are going to actually have to get to level 12 to even use. Warcry, which is kind of like a group buff, increases all your movement speed as well as your health regen speed. It's level 35 unlock. Scrambler blocks UAV within a close proximity. Kind of like a portable radar, but the opposite. Instead of showing your stuff, It blocks enemy teams. Also blocks their equipment too. So if they have a trophy system, you can put a scrambler down and shut their equipment down. Kind of cool. Reinforcement flare is still in the game. Immediate as well. This is a field upgrade. I wonder if this is just going to be... You can't... Yeah, I guess you could buy them from the buy station, though. I'm assuming that's what it's talking about, is being able to buy these from the buy station, right? If you want to buy a trophy, you're going to have to get to level 12. If you want to buy a scrambler, you're going to have to be level 18. If you want to buy war cry, it's 35. I don't think people are going to use that. Morphine injector, though. This is the most interesting thing to me. I don't know how they're going to work this. This makes it so when you die, you can still shoot. And you can self-res. So it's like an extra self-res. I don't know if that's actually how it's going to be in this game. But you have to use it, and I don't know. I'm really interested. But this is level 44 unlock. So we'll see if that's good. PRD, the portable redeploy balloon. This is like the one that the whole team can use. This is the individual one. Balloon extract is for plunder only. War cry, scrambler, reinforcement flares. Okay. So most of these are going to be instantly available. Now, kill streaks for Warzone, they are switching to the new UAV and counter UAV and advanced UAV, which in the new Black Ops 6 is called the HARP. You can shoot a HARP down in multiplayer as well as a UAV. I don't think you'll be able to shoot them down in Warzone. That's how it usually is. But look at this. An advanced UAV isn't available until level 42. Probably will be very expensive as well. I don't know how big a deal that's going to be. UAV at level 15, though, this is probably going to be an instant purchase. You're probably going to want to buy this from the from a prestige. I don't know. Level 15 is not bad, but you're always going to want to have UAV available. If you prestige and you can't even buy a UAV, that's going to suck. This one, actually, this might be the better one to do as a napalm strike. So the precision airstrike is gone, guys. They're getting rid of the precision airstrike. As you see, it's not. Oh, wait, it's here. I was blind earlier. I read through this and I was like, oh, shoot, this is going to be gone. It's not gone. So napalm strike's just a new one. I thought they replaced napalm strike with precision airstrike. Okay, my bad. I missed out on my first read-through. So they do still have precisions. They have bunker busters. They have supply UAV. This one shows you where nearby loot is. Care packages are also in the game. I did get to see this at COD Next in this video if you want to see it. It's in this video, the Area 99 gameplay. And this can give you any score streak in the game, which is actually kind of insane that they even just give that to you like it. But, you know, it's available, level 24 for that from the buy station. Cluster strike is there, sentry turret, napalm strike, though. I'm interested in this because imagine this. You're at endgame, zone is pulling, and you precision air, you napalm strike their cross. That's better than pre-PA. If they have to run through fire for a rotation, that is ludicrous. That is crazy. Other than flexing an emblem, there's no real benefit to prestiging. Yes, and I wasn't even planning on prestiging. The first week that the game was out, I didn't prestige. I just sat at level 55 like a noob. I wasn't planning on prestiging because you could just have all of this unlocked. Get to 55, keep it all unlocked. You don't need to lock it any of it. Okay, then there's perks. You have 18 perks in the game and 4 wild cards. There's a pick 3 system for perks. So we saw this from the chart up here. Let me see. So we have 3 perks up here. Perk 1, Perk 2, Perk 3. That's the pick 3, okay? There's 1 slot for each of them. This is very much the Warzone 1 system. Warzone 3, with how we have it now, there's 3 perks. It's kind of similar. You select the perk package. Some of them are available, only in a certain slot. The first 2, there's like 4 perks in it. The first 2 you can swap between. You can have multiple of the same thing, and this is just easier. 3 perk slots. Each slot has its own thing. So there's the perk 1 slot has its blues. Perk 2 has its reds. Perk 3 has its yellows here. You just select one from each of the categories. Super simple. So in the perk 1 slot, these are your options. And I'll just read this so we get an overview of it. The way you utilize perks in both your loadouts and during match have been updated to streamline and increase the value of the perks. And I will say this has definitely been increased. It all starts with weapon loadouts. where you're simply able to choose between 3 perks, 1, 2, and 3. This is exactly what I just said. In Warzone, most of the pick 3 perks are unlocked as you level up your player and will be relocked if you choose to prestige. Obviously, we know all of that. Makes sense. If you're a Black Ops 6 player, your current player level is carried over to Warzone, and all Call of Duty Warzone perks are automatically unlocked to that level. So, if you're already level 55, you will have all of these perks. Easy peasy. Perk 1. I'm not entirely sure what this means, how to unlock it. You unlock a perk through the Season 1 Reloaded reward. Veteran, you unlock through Season 1 rewards. So does this mean it's going to be part of the Season Pass? I don't know. But it's not going to be there initially, I guess is the main point. Grenadier will be immediately available. And I'll read through what all these perks do, but I just want to get an idea of some of the levels for it. Perk 1, Dexterity, will be at level 20. Scavenger, 26. Survivor, 47. That's a very high unlock. The high unlocks, I'm assuming, are going to be better. So Survivor's a high unlock. Perk 2 slots. Quartermaster will be the first one, which is like recharging. It's like a resupply, restocks your nades and whatever. Bomb Squad, which is like EOD. Tracker, Sprinter. Cold-Blooded is level 41. Quick Fix, which is my current favorite to run, is a level 50 unlock. Gun-Ho is instant. Resolute, Ghost, Bird's Eye. Higher ones are Tempered is a 35. Alertness is a 44. And then there's going to be Floor Loot only perks, Shrouded and Irradiated. This is the one when you get knocked out, a smoke will be immediately dropped. And Irradiated will make it so that you can run in the gas longer and faster as well. So that's a pretty good one. As for the calling cards, or excuse me, the wild cards, we're going to need to get Overkill at level 24. This may not be an absolute must pick because you'll be able to buy weapons from the loadout, from the buy stations as well still. So you could get one loadout and then go buy your second weapon from the buy station with 8 perks, but it does cost more. Then it depends if you're playing solos or quads, so we'll have to figure that out. Bandoleer's 15. Gunfighter is 33. This might be a must pick, though. I think this is going to be a must pick. You're going to want a weapon. When you go to your loadout and you grab your first loadout, you're going to want to have an 8 attachment weapon. Probably. And then there's Battle Ready at level 38. So let's read what these do. Perk slot 1. There's 6 perks to choose from. These are the 6 perks that we just went over here. So we got an idea of the levels of some of them, although 2 of them you're only going to be able to get from Season 1 Reloaded reward, whatever that is. Triggered explosives have a delay when sprinting past them, which is a part of what Flex was. Interesting that they're breaking that up into 2 things. So I don't think this is going to be great. You also are going to, not have this available anyways to start, so it doesn't matter. Veteran reduces the negative effects of some enemy equipment. While aimed down sight, reduces the flinch and extends the holding breath duration as well. This could be a good sniper pick. Holding your breath longer, reducing your flinch, especially if you're sniping, you want both of those things big time. Reduces the negative effects of equipment. I would imagine this is like stun protection, so maybe like attack mask type effect. That would be very powerful. This would be a very, very powerful perk. However, this is only going to be available as a Season 1 reward. So I don't even know how you're going to get that. Okay, Grenadier. Explosive damage slows enemy health regen and movement speed. Throw equipment further and see a previous... see a previous of the trajectory. You mean a preview? Oh boy. Are we back to this for the patch notes? I've read all of these over the years since Warzone 1's launch. I've read all of these. They've got significantly better, but this is not, okay, that's okay. There's a lot of information here. Anyways, I think this is going to be a pretty mid-tier or low-tier perk. Explosive damage, that can be good if you land a nade. It slows their movement speed, doesn't allow them to health regen. But the flinch resistance and the tack mask effect would probably be better, especially if you're pushing. Okay, Dexterity then. Reduces weapon motion while jumping slide. This is already built into the game right now. Okay? And now they're going to be taking it and making it a separate perk. This is going to be needed for the mobility legends out there. In fact, I would probably put this at or about the same as what veteran is, because this is going to let you win a gunfight. If you do a jump shot, slide shot, anything, and take less fall damage. Whoa! Dexterity meta. Dexterity's the meta. Hold on. Yeah, I think dexterity is looking very good. Scavenger, start equipped with maximum reserve ammo for your primary weapon. Resupply ammo, equipment, and plates from dead enemies. This would be good to have a scavenger class in case you're like late game and you just need a quick come up and you don't have any loot. But I don't think this is something you would necessarily want to main. Resupply ammo and plates from dead enemies, though. That is nice. Right now in Scavenger also gives you $1,000 in game, so it doesn't mention it here. That is a slight nerf to Scavenger, but it's a slight buff in that they're going to give you extra ammo with it too, so that's kind of nice. Survivor, start regenerating health more quickly. Your allies revive you faster when you're downed. Whoa, that's like the opposite of the Medvest one. This is big, okay? Being able to regen health quickly is very big. This, not as big, getting res. It is nice. That is nice to have. But the regenerating health more quickly can be good, and it can save you from having to use Quick Fix, which is a very late unlock as well, although this is a very late unlock too. This could be good. I would imagine Dexterity and Veteran are probably the best from perk 1 slot, from what I can tell. Survivor might go crazy, though, for that health regen. Because if you don't even need Quick Fix, it depends how big of a benefit this is. If it regenerates, like, you know how when you take damage, you know, like the red perk 3, when the specialist, if you have all 3 red perks, how when you finish a fight, your health just regens. If it's like that, that's crazy. Then Survivor's, like, that's going to be like a must pick. If it brings it from 7 seconds down to 3 seconds, maybe not as big of a deal, especially if you run Quick Fix. I would imagine Quick Fix would be better. I'd probably take the Dexterity for the mobility or the stun resistance and flinch resistance. Perk 2. One of the 6 perks. And this is a high unlock, too. That is crazy at 47. Quartermaster. Immediately available. Recharge equipment over time. So this is just what everybody's going to unlock right off the beginning. Nothing crazy. That is a very... it's not a super quick restock time. 50 seconds is... That's a while. That is a while. Bomb Squad, available at level 8, reduces incoming explosive and fire damage. Spot enemy equipment and kill streaks through...
Happy birthday yesterday to the Marines yesterday. God bless all the veterans today on Veterans Day.
Hey, Chris, mad love, my good sir. Thank you for the 37 months. Happy or a powerful Veterans Day to you, my good sir. Thank you for the huge 37 months. Much love, my man. Much love. Listen, Bomb Squad, this is crazy. Spot enemy equipment and kill streaks through walls. This has never been a more powerful perk. EOD has like been okay. This reduces damage and lets you see it through walls. That's crazy because this makes it so you don't even need to run reflexes. Trigger explosives delay when running past them. It's still nice, but you could... I mean, that is nice to push a room where somebody's hiding in it. This is a massive... Like, this is going to be... This is going to make all of the explosive stuffs almost irrelevant. Tracker, see enemy footsteps, bullets. You fire briefly, marks them for you in the squad. Enemies that down you are automatically pinged. That's all right. See enemy footsteps, bullets you fire briefly, mark enemies that you hit. So this is it's Combat Scout with it. That's decent. That is pretty decent for intel. I still think Bomb Squad would be better. I think Bomb Squad is meta perk 2. That's crazy. Maybe not. Let's see. Sprinter as well. You can infinitely attack sprint. Ass. I don't know if it's ass completely, but you have the knife. I don't think you're going to necessarily need that. We'll have to see on it. Cold-blooded, undetectable by AI and thermal optics, prevents enemy recon perks and effects. Could be decent depending on how good the recon effects are. Some thermals are okay, and then Quick Fix. Killing enemies or inserting plates immediately starts health regen. Can insert armor plates one-handed as well. This is kind of sick because if you have a pistol or something, or you could still hip fire while you're healing. which that goes crazy. This, to me, it's either between Bomb Squad or Quick Fix here. Sprinter, I think, might be too specific. I think Quick Fix is good. This is a buff to Quick Fix, though. You can insert armor one. I think that means you could still shoot while you're plating. Pick 3 is Gung Ho. Reduces movement penalties when reloading or using equipment. That is crazy they're taking this out. That is so sad. This is just a default perk right now in the game. Now you're going to need this. This might be required. Reload while attack sprinting too. Wow. This is a big trade-off not having Gun Ho if you take any of these. Ghost, that is a big trade-off for Ghost. That means you're going to be really camping your ass off if you decide to run Ghost versus Gun Ho. Ghost, you're undetectable by radar while moving is still a critical point here. Cannot be detected by some devices. Resolute, taking damage from gunfire provides a boost to movement speed. That one's all right. I don't think it's super crazy. Bird's Eye as well. This one actually is... Oh, they give you forward intel perk with this too, so you get a bigger mini-map. That's actually crazy nice. I love this. This is my favorite perk probably in the Black Ops 6 for like regular games, depending on the mode. And detects players with Ghost as well. This is going to be a really nice to have when you get Specialist, but I don't think you take it over Gun Ho. Maybe. No, you don't. Too good. Tempered as well. Refills armor plates to full with 2 instead of 3. Nice to have. This is actually one of my favorite perks, but comparatively still doesn't beat Gun Ho. Alertness, sense when enemies are nearby. What? Tell them you are being aimed at by enemies. So we already know about this, our normal high alert, but this also tells you when they're nearby. I think this is another like mid-tier, because if you have your audio loud enough, you'll hear somebody moving around, especially with the way that people tune their audio in this game. So yeah, I think Gun Ho is just going to be the go-to. Maybe alertness would be good for the actually, I do love high alert. Yeah, I might take alertness over this, but it's going to be a big trade-off. It's going to suck not having Gung Ho. I don't know. Okay. Wild cards, we have Overkill, we know. Bandolier, your loadout provides munition satchel. I don't think that's going to be very good. You'll be able to find it. It gives you extra ammo. Gunfighter, equip 3 extra attachments. This is, I think, going to be the best. Battle Ready, because you do every class with Gunfighter, and then you just don't even worry about Overkill. You just buy another weapon or you buy another loadout. It's the same as Warzone 1 meta. Battle Ready as well. Your loadouts provide UAV and utility box. This would be good for a reset class with Scavenger, because Scavenger gives you starting equipment and ammo and everything. Actually, no, it doesn't make sense. It would be an alternate to it, because this gives you a utility box, which would give you all of your ammo and everything and give you a UAV. Battle Ready is better for that. So this would be your reset class. Forget Scavenger. Too repetitive. So they're also going to have lootable perks in the game too. They're going to change these every season. 2 of them are exclusively floor loot here, but then there's also going to be other ones that are within the pick 3 that you can also take. So the pick 3 perk package that you choose between all of these, you will be able to pick that perk package up off the ground. That's still your classic package. If you have all 3 of those, you die, you can go loot that, you can take somebody else's. However, if you find loot on the ground that are perks, those will disappear when you die. And then they're going to change what's in the rotation for the floor loot. Irradiated and Shrouded are going to be floor looters. You're definitely... I mean, both of these are nice to have, honestly. Irradiated will probably help you in endgame more, realistically. Specialist perk package is still going to be in the game, too. I hope this is really rare. If they have guaranteed ways to do this, I'm going to be farming it way too often. Omnidirectional movement and body shields, so you'll be able to grab them. You can talk to the people when you grab them as well, although you can already do that with proximity chat here. Anyways. Sprint in any direction, dive in any direction. Combat Omni movement, use body shield as an alternate way to do a finishing move. Yep. Emotes and sprays are going to be put in the game. We already know about this too. We've seen these in the other game. This is going to allow you to do third person, but when you do go to third person for the peak advantage, it does block some of your visibility for you as well. You have irks in your YouTube title instead of perks. Oh, I do? Oh, I do. Perks. There we go. Thanks, Tom. Is that irking you? Jeez. Okay. Operator gestures known as emotes are going to be in the game. This lets you third-person peek. It does lock you into it for a while. This is nice, though. Look at the quick inventory. Simplified. Gas mask, just have the slot for it. They've made that whole thing better, too, so you just pull the gas mask on, and then it just disappears. You don't have to deal with pulling it on, taking it off. Remember that from the olden days. It's gone. You still have the individual ammo slots. You can pick up a satchel that will increase your ammo size, and you can pick up a satchel that will increase your armor size. It starts at 6, you pick up the thing, and then it goes to 12. Nice upgrade. I'm here for the irks. What up, Baculite? So there's still going to be the field upgrades. You have the primary, secondary weapon. You got the knife slot, which is dedicated. Love that, especially I think on M&K. We love to have just an individual bind for that to just run around, traverse the map. I've been loving it in multiplayer. At least I use it all the time. As confirmed at COD Next for this launch of Season 1, streamlined the inventory system for the whole thing. So now you're not going to have to do bag management anymore. That's the biggest thing. This also means you're not going to have 10 smokes. So at an end game, there's just so, especially you carry 3 munitions boxes with your armor boxes, and you've got 4 smokes already in your pocket. You're just dropping smokes absolutely everywhere. This is going to be completely countered because you can't not have that many smokes in the game. Plus, smokes are seemingly going to be worse if they are the smokes from Black Ops 6. Plus, you're going to have spy cameras in the game, which are going to be a low-level unlock. You get that at level 12, you get the spy camera. Smokes aren't even going to be a level 17 unlock, so you may not even have that, especially if you're prestiging and you don't spend a token on that because it's already a pretty quick one. That's a significant amount of time where you're not even going to have it. It's going to change the flow of this, right? And then you still have the individual ammo. So these are the satchels I was talking about. You pick these up. There's only 2 of them, so they're no longer going to have the perk vests in the game. Now you're just going to find these vests on the ground. They're color-coded. You pick up one, increases your ammo. You pick up the other, increases your plates. Super simple. To my knowledge, you can have both of these at the same time as well. What was weird about the way that this reads, and you guys tell me what you think, it says satchels can't be and don't need to be dropped. And one or both individual satchel types can be found and equipped once per match. I don't understand exactly what that means.
Is Ninja the best perk to unlock in multiplayer?
Yeah, you can. Honestly, that's why I've saved all of mine. I have 5 tokens right now from 5 prestige. I haven't spent any of mine, so I'm not the best person to ask about that. But yeah, Ninja, if you play Search, or Perk Greed with that's the other best one I would do if you want to level up faster. Okay. If an operator carrying one or more satchels... So, tell me if I'm wrong, but the way I read this is that the satchels, once you pick them up, can't be dropped. We've seen that before. You can take off armor plates, but like in Warzone 1, you couldn't take a satchel off once you picked it up. But once you pick it up, if you die, it doesn't get dropped onto the ground. That's how I understand this. Because it says it can only be picked up once per match. Equipped once per match. So if you find a satchel, you pick it up, you die, it disappears. That's what I understand this as, at least. But there's going to be 2 of these satchels. Increase your armor, increases your ammo. Basic, easy to understand. Okay? Now, you'll go all the way up to level 55 in the game. This is the same if you guys have been playing Black Ops 6. Once you get to level 55, you will prestige, and it will reset everything back to level 1. Everything is locked that you didn't have before. You have the option to prestige, relocking, but allowing you to progress through the 10 prestiges, all of which come with incredible unlocked content. This is all cosmetic content if you want to do this. It's only cosmetic. Note that some of the content is only available to those who own Black Ops 6 through though these rewards can be retroactively obtained if you purchase the game. Because if you go through the prestiges... it's probably some stuff just for multiplayer or whatever. Prestige Mastery. Once you get to the 10th Prestige, you can go all the way to level 1000. It is an insane grind to get to max level in this game, and it is much more difficult to do because in the current iteration of the game, as you level up, you just keep leveling. In this one, you have to actively choose to lock everything in the game again. That's why I keep talking about all these locks and the levels for it. It's never mattered before, now it does. Shermanator, also thank you for the 2nd month subbing in. Appreciate it, dude. Expected calling card challenges. Yeah, they usually have some good ones. Reticle challenges as well are now in the game, so you can actually unlock reticles without having to pay for them. My guess is you'll still be able to pay to win ones, though. Weapon camos, you go through the initial grind. Let me see if it says anything. The final set of weapon camos are available to unlock. Grind through the 9 military camos of Black Ops 6 weapons, each usually requiring a set of in-game eliminations to obtain. I don't think this is going to be based on headshots for the military camos in Warzone. I think it's going to be based off just kills. These are unlocked on a per-weapon basis and not shared. Yep. Weapon camos. So once you unlock all the military camos, then you do the special camos, then you can do the next like gold camos and the mastery camos and everything. Gold, King's Ransom, Catalyst, and finally the Abyss camo. Yeah, that's actually a huge win. If it's just based off of kills, that is a huge win. They focus on unlocking both special, but still would be nice if it was based off of XP, in my opinion, because then it forces you to go and play Plunder still. So, yeah, that's going to kind of suck. They focus on unlocking both special camos for each weapons with the specific unlock criteria. These are 2 special challenges that they give you depending on the gun. Once you complete both of them, then you can unlock the gold. And then once you unlock all the gold for a category, then you can unlock King's Ransom, and then you progress through it, okay? Then there's mobile. There should be more down here as well. So these are the new weapons after mobile. Black Ops 6 General Content. So we have the Krig C, which is coming. The SOG submachine gun. The Maelstrom shotgun. The Sniper AMR Mod 4, which is like a Barrett 50 cal looking sniper. We'll see if it's any good. Secondary weapon, a 9mm SMG. This is a special event reward to unlock this. Melee weapon, which is a drill, a power drill. Kind of looks sick. The Cleaver, which looks very sick. Unlocked at level 30. And we are getting some special attachments. My guess is these will be part of the weekly things that they do. So in the current iteration of the game, they have weeklies.
GG's.
That if you complete, you will unlock an attachment for. My guess is they'll still do that. Dragon's Breath for the shotgun, buffer weight stock. And these are attachments that work for any of the guns, usually. Burst fire conversion kit for the XM4, that's specific to that. Burst fire conversion kit for the Compact 92. Specific to that SMG as well. This is the last SMG you get. You're not going to get this for a very long time, the Compact, if you're just leveling up from base. The XM4 you'll start with, though. Weapon features, the Armory Global System. Challenges Armory. More challenges are better because that's more chances for XP. The Armory. Oh, wait a second. Is this the unlock system? The skipping unlock system? Coming to Black Ops 6 Multiplayer Zombies Warzone at the start of Season 1 of the is the Armory, easily accessible from the barracks challenges. Like in Modern Warfare 3, the Black Ops 6 Armory is a repository that provides access to previously missed loadout content from prior battle passes and events. Activate an item in the Armory to start earning XP towards unlocking it. Oh, so, okay, so instead of having to go through and play the old games, you can use the Armory to select the item that you want to unlock, and then progress, like as you complete dailies, complete challenges, you will get to unlock them. It's very easy to do. You just select, and you can do it in any order for items that are basically, if you're level 1 and you want to unlock something that's level 55 item, you can do that to skip the grind to get it. Now, my guess is that they're not saying that this is the new Black Ops 6 stuff. This is specifically saying previously missed loadout content prior battle passes and events. In Modern Warfare 3, the Black Ops 6 Armory is a repository that provides access to previously missed. This is the key word here. I don't think this is going to be for the new stuff. The Armory is going to unlock for a player at level 24 and is added to the unlock menu. It is an area to check on items that otherwise cannot be earned through normal weapon progression. Yep. So you're not... In the past, you could use this as a skip. If you wanted to get an item that was for a level 45 player, you could skip unlocking that. If you wanted to get an attachment for a gun without having to grind the entire gun, you could unlock it in the Armory to skip doing the grind for that attachment. Now you have to do the attachment grind for anything that is current, but you can use this while you're playing the game to unlock previously unlocked stuff. I like that, actually. That's a good way to do it. Like in Modern Warfare 3, yeah, that's how, but Modern Warfare 3 worked differently, though. It's like it, but it's not the exact same. For example, if you miss a chance to obtain an item from Season 1 weapon unlocked from an event, it is likely to be available to earn after the event concludes. Okay, so even previous events this would be within Season 1, so maybe it is even within the same game for some things. Explain that again. So because this is integrated with all of the game, I can't even show you in this. I'd have to go to the other game. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, I guess even Season 1. So once we're in Season 2, so Season 1 content, that is going to be locked. Like, if you don't play Season 1, then how are you going to unlock the weapon from the Battle Pass in Season 1, right? So anything that is from the past, that's what it's defining here. Anything from the past, you will be able to unlock via the Armory system. So once you get to level 24, you go into this Armory, and you select the item that you want. So say you want to get, Modern Warfare 2 Vel submachine gun unlocked. Tick that box, and now as you play the game, you will have this other progression that increases as you do usually dailies that will then unlock that attachment. And you can do a whole order. So I want to unlock this gun, then this gun, then this gun. You can make a list of them, and like as you complete one, it'll instantly unlock the next one. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's how I'm gathering this. We'll see what it is once we unlock it. I should have it at level 24 anyways. Warzone players only. For Call of Duty Warzone players only, let's see. The Armory enables you to earn XP to unlock any weapon from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 that you missed. Yep, that's exactly what I was saying. Including all seasonal Battle Pass weapons, challenge weapons, as well as Modern Warfare 3 Armory exclusive attachments and aftermarket parts. So anything from the previous games. You can then employ these in Call of Duty Warzone. But it does sound like this is going to be in Black Ops 6, but only usable for old stuff. So it's only going to be once, I guess, Season 2 is out. It would be useful then, because you can't really unlock old stuff. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Season 1 events are back and provide some of the finest cosmetic and loots available. These are actually really cool. I like that they do these events a lot. A lot of these camos were very cool from the previous seasons. Expect a hit list event prior to the mid-season. Once Season 1 reload is activated, expect multiple events coming forward. So we'll have a lot of stuff coming. That's nice. Hit list is event number 1. Limited time event gives players a board of contracts with one goal to take them all out. Okay. Yeah, it's just like something extra to do while you're playing the game. You don't necessarily even have to do it. My guess is that this is where we're going to get that perk unlocked, though. You can see it looks like this is where you even unlock the multiplayer perk. Master Prestige menu. Brand new Battle Pass system in Black Cell. I love this, too. So they're changing the way that the Battle Pass works. So it's just going to be a base Battle Pass now that you click through the levels on. You don't need to do the stupid map thing anymore. Battle Pass tokens. I think we all know how the Battle Pass works. We can click through that once it's out as well. Here's all the rewards for it. Some double XPs from it. Black Cell. Also, if you bought the upgraded edition of the game, I think you already get... Yeah, if you bought the Volt edition, I think you already get that. Operators. These are more bundles. Bundles you can buy. Awesome. So yeah, there's the full update, guys. Obviously, this is very, very long. If you want to scroll back or listen back through all of it, the video is already up on my StoneMountain 64 YouTube page. If you're already watching there, what up? But it's all a DVR, so if you want to scroll back, listen to me talk about any of the details through this, it is now available. Give it a like if you enjoyed that.